Welcome to Amashanthi Youth Dhamma Program. With the blessings of the Nobel Triple Gem, we warmly welcome children, teenagers, and families to this weekly Dhamma program, specially designed for young people living overseas and those studying in English medium. The aim of this program is to help children and teenagers lead meaningful, balanced, and wholesome lives by learning and practicing the teachings of Lord Buddha. The program is conducted under the continue to inspire devotees around the world. Our educators, Venerable Aparekke Pagnasara Thero and Venerable Gampola Sathimantha Thero, will guide you throughout this rewarding Dhamma journey. We are delighted to share that we have successfully completed 6 weeks of the program, covering most of the modules. Module 1, which focuses on establishing a clear understanding of the Buddha Rathana. Before progressing to the remaining topics in Module 1, we have planned a revision session to reinforce the concepts learned so far. Strengthening this foundation will support your continued spiritual development. Before we begin, we would like to remind everyone of a few house rules. During today's session, participants will be unmuted to answer questions. Please respond only to the question being asked. If you have additional questions or need clarification, kindly post them in the chat. They will be addressed during our dedicated Q&A session at the end. So without further delay, let's begin today's Dhamma program. Now I'm inviting Aken Putta from Queensland, Australia to host the program from now on. Over to you, Aken Putta.
Video. Teruvan Saranai. On behalf of all present, I respectfully invite the Venerable Gampola Sathimantha Thero to kindly administer the 3 refuges and the 5 precepts, to teach us today's Dhamma lesson and the guided meditation session. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
ගයි පින්වත් දුවල පුතාලා හැමෝම තිසරණ සහිත පංචශීලයේ සමාදන් වීමට ප්‍රථමයෙන් 3 වතාවක් নমස්කාරය කියන්න. බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි.
Buddhang saranang gacchami.
ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි.
Dhammang saranang gacchami.
සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි.
Sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Dutiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Patiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami.
Tatiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi.
Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami.
Saranagamanaṃ sampunnaṃ.
Saranagata. Ahambanti.
Observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. Pānātipātā veramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
Anatipadam ver mani sikkhapadam samadhiyami.
Observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. Adinnādāna veramani
Adanana veramani
sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
sikkhapadam samadhiyami.
Observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. Kāmesu miccācārā veramani
Kamaesu siccācana veramani
sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
sikkhapadam samadhiyami.
Observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. Musāvādā veramani
Musadana veramani
sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
sikkhapadam samadhiyami.
Observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drink and drugs. Suramere majjapama
Sure nidra macharapa
daṭṭhāna veramani
tatta veramani
sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
sikkhapadam samadhiyami.
Having protected the three refuges and the 5 precepts well, one should practice them diligently. Tisaranena saddhim panchaseelan dhammang sadhukang surakkitan katva appamadena sampade tabbang.
Aham bhante.
හොඳයි දුවේ පුතේ හැමදෙනෙක්ටම තෙරුවන් සරණයි. Over the past few weeks, you all learned a lot about the Lord Buddha. Today, we are going to see how much of those Dhamma teaching you remember. I will ask you a few questions and I want you to try your best to give the correct answers. Alright, let's move on to the first question. What are the 4 rarest things in this world that the Buddha spoke about?
You can raise your hands or hands up tool Then Swamin Wahanse will unmute you and let you answer.
Who knows the correct answer? What are the four errors thing in this world that the Buddha spoke about?
It's being born as a human, and to live in the time when the Buddha is alive, and being born in a place where you are able to do merits, and being able to learn the Dhamma.
Yes, you are right. The Buddha said these are rare, being born as a human being. Second one is getting the chance to hear the true Dhamma. Third one is Buddha rising in the world at all, and people actually living according to the teaching once they have heard it. It depends on the one before it, which is why they are described as incredibly rare. Let's move on to the next question now. Who was Prince Siddhartha and what important truth did he realize even thought he had every comfort in his palace? Those who know the correct answer, please raise your hand. Who was Prince Siddhartha and what important truth did he realize even though he had every comfort in his palace?
මෙයා unmute කරාද මට?
Who knows the correct answer? Don't you remember? Okay, it's okay. Siddhartha was the crown prince of the Sakya clan, raised in total luxury and shielded from hardship. Yet, even surrounded by comfort, he realized that again illness and death come to everyone regardless of wealth or status. That worldly pleasure cannot shield anyone from suffering. This realization is what set him on the path to renunciation. Do you understand? Okay, let's move on to the next question now. What are paramitas? Name any four of the 10 paramitas the Buddha had to practice.
Um, and patience. The last one was patience.
Very good. Paramitas are the 10 spiritual perfections a bodhisattva must cultivate over countless lives to become a Buddha. Any four of generosity, morality, wisdom, patience, effort, truthfulness, determination, loving kindness, equanimity, renunciation. Do you understand? Okay. Let's move on to the next question now. What is meant by Sarvajñata Jnanaya, the Buddha's all-knowing wisdom? Explain it using the lamp and sun example from the lesson. Remember we talked about that. Who can give the correct answer?
Okay, Sandik and Sandani, you can answer.
By comparing a normal person's wisdom and Buddha's wisdom, a normal person's wisdom is like the light of a lamp, and Buddha's all-knowing wisdom is like the sun.
Okay, very good. Let's move on to the next question now. Describe two special abilities the Buddha had that ordinary people do not have. Describe two special abilities the Buddha had that ordinary people do not have.
Akin, you can answer the question.
Ordinary people do not have the power to look into the future and look into other worlds.
Very good, Pute. Any two of the supernormal powers the Buddha possessed beyond ordinary human ability. The twin miracle, the ability to read others' minds, seeing distant or hidden things, or recalling countless past lives. Okay, let's move on to the next question now. What are the four noble truths called in English, and why are they important? What are the Chaturarya Satya called in English, and why are they important? Who can give the correct answer? Okay, I will tell you. What are the Chaturarya Satya called in English, and why are they important? In English, the Four Noble Truths, they matter because they form the very foundation of the Buddha's teaching. The diagnosis of suffering and the cure for it. Suffering exists. Suffering has a cause. Suffering can end. There is a path leading to that end. Dukkha, Samudaya, Nirodha, Magga. Dukkha Arya Satya, Samudaya Arya Satya, Nirodha Arya Satya, Dukkha Nirodhagamini Patipada Arya Satya. This is Chaturarya Satya. Do you understand? Okay, let's move on to the next question now. How many rarest things did the Buddha describe in this lesson? How many rarest things did the Buddha describe in this lesson?
Sandika, you can answer the question.
Four.
Good. You are correct. The correct answer is answer D. Answer C. The four rarest thing in this world. Let's move on the next question. What was the special name for the Buddha's wisdom that lets him knows everything in the universe? Answer A. Sarvajñata Jnana. Answer B. Niyata Vivarana. Answer C. Anicca. Answer D. Bhavana. What is the correct answer?
Sandika, you can answer.
A.
Yes, you are right. The correct answer is answer A. Sarvajñata Jnana. Let's move on to next question. How many paramitas did the Buddha have to fulfill to become enlightened? Answer A 8. Answer B 9. Answer C 10. Answer D 12.
Tisat, you can answer.
C.
Yes, you are right. There are 10 paramitas. What is the English name for Chaturarya Satya?
Sanadi, you can answer.
B.
You are correct. The Four Noble Truths. Let's move on to the next question. What is a Niyata Vivarana? What did Deepankara Buddha predict about Sumedha?
Manik can answer the question.
That he would be the next Buddha in his second life.
No, understand? He answered like this.
Um,
A Niyata Vivarana is a definite, guaranteed prediction by a living Buddha that a particular person will one day become a Buddha themselves. Deepankara Buddha gave this prediction to the ascetic Sumedha, who had laid himself down in the mud so the Buddha would not have to step in it, declaring that Sumedha would in the far future become the Buddha Gautama. Do you understand? Okay, let's move on to the Next question now. What are the 3 levels of practicing the paramitas, from giving away wealth to giving up one's own life? The 3 levels of practicing the paramitas, from giving away wealth to giving up one's own life. The 3 levels of practicing the paramitas. Don't you remember we talked about that? The 3 levels of sacrifice are: ordinary level, giving away one's wealth and possessions; middle level, giving away a part of one's own body; highest level, giving up one's own life for the sake of others or the Dhamma. Paramita, Upaparamita, Paramatta Paramita. Do you understand? Okay, let's move on to the next question now. What are the Panchamaha Vilokanaya that the Bodhisattva made before his birth? Panchamaha Vilokanaya.
No one has raised the hand, Swaminahansa.
What are the Panchamaha Vilokanaya? Kalaya, Deepaya, Deshaya, Kulaya, Mava. Before taking birth as the Bodhisattva, 5 things are examined: the right time for a Buddha to appear, the right country. Third one is the right place. Fourth one is the right family, the right caste to be born into, and the right mother who has the necessary qualities and limited remaining lifespan. This is Panchamahavilokanaya. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What were the 4 great moments that Prince Siddhartha saw, and how did they change his life?
Sandika, you can answer the question.
an elderly person, a patient, a dead body, and a Thero, and he understood the pains of life.
Very good. Prince Siddhartha saw an old man, a sick man, a corpse, and a peaceful ascetic. The first three showed him the inevitability of old age, illness, and death, that no one escapes. The fourth, the calm ascetic, showed him that there is a path beyond this suffering, which inspired his decision to renounce the palace and seek liberation. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What is the middle path, Madhyama Pratipadaava, and why did Prince Siddhartha choose it instead of extreme practices?
Again, you can answer.
The middle path is not going too extreme, like not eating food too much and not taking care of yourself and not too much comfort. So it's in the middle of comfort and suffering. So it's like the perfect path. Prince Siddhartha chose it because it was uh the better way to do it.
Okay, very good. Let's move on to the next question. How many years did Prince Siddhartha practice extreme painful ascetic practice? Dushkara Kriya. How many years?
Sandika, you can give the answer.
Answer C.
Yes, it's correct. Next question. At what age did Prince Siddhartha make the Abhinishkramana, great renunciation, and at what age did he attain enlightenment?
No one has raised their hands for this question, Swaminahansa.
Prince Siddhartha made the great renunciation at age 29, leaving the palace life behind. He attained enlightenment 6 years later at age 35 under the Bodhi tree. Do you understand? Okay, next question. What miracle did the Buddha perform during the first week to remove the doubt of the gods?
Again, you can answer.
The twin miracle.
Okay, next question is, what did the Buddha do during the third week Ruwan Sakmana?
Sandika, you can answer.
C.
Yes. Next question. Which tree did the Buddha sit under during the seventh week? The Muchalinda tree, the Ajapala Banyan tree, the Bodhi tree, the Rajayatana tree.
Again, you can answer the question. I think he hasn't raised his hand for this question, so no one has taken it. Manit, you can answer.
B. The Ajapala Banyan tree.
Yes, very good. Next question is, what sacred gift did the Buddha give to the two merchants Tapasu and Balluga? A Dhamma text, his robe, a few hair relics, a Bodhi sapling.
Tisat, you can answer.
The answer is C.
Yes, answer C, a few hair relics, Kesha Dhatu. Next question. What is Sat Satya? What was the Buddha doing during this period?
No one has taken the question, so I'm going to answer. Mituli, if you know the answer, you can answer.
What is Sat Satya? Sat Satya means the seventh weeks the Buddha spent near the Bodhi tree immediately after his enlightenment, moving between seven different spots. During this time, he was absorbed in deep contemplation, reflecting on the Dhamma he had realized, expressing gratitude to the Bodhi tree, and experiencing the bliss of liberation before beginning to teach. Do you understand? Okay. Next question is, why did the Buddha at first hesitate to teach the Dhamma to the world?
Again, you can answer.
Because the Supreme Buddha thought it would be a waste of time because if people don't understand, it's a waste of his energy and it's bad for his body then, so
Why did the Buddha at first hesitate to teach the Dhamma to the world? The Buddha initially hesitated because he saw bound by craving and delusion and feared the profound Dhamma he had realized would be too subtle and difficult for most people to understand. This is illustrated by the image of a pond of lotuses at different stages, some still submerged in the mud, some at the water's surface, and some blooming above it, showing that beings have varying levels of spiritual readiness. He wondered whether teaching would benefit anyone at all. Okay, next question. Who came to ask the Buddha to teach the Dhamma, and what reason did this being give? Who came to ask the Buddha to teach the Dhamma, and what reason did this being give?
Sandika, you can answer the question.
Sahampati Brahma.
Yes, Samprati Brahma. Next question is, what is the name of the Buddha's very first sermon? What is the name of the Buddha's very first sermon?
Again, you can give the answer.
Dhammacakkappava.
Yes, it's called the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutra. Do you understand? Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. Okay, next question. Explain the two extreme ways of living that the Buddha said people must avoid. Kamasukallikanyoga and Attakilamatanyoga.
Sandika, you can answer if you know the answer.
Giving too much luxury to the body and giving too much pain to the body.
Yes, very good. Next question. What is the middle path also known as, and why is it a wiser choice than the two extremes?
No one has raised their hands to answer this question, Swaminathan.
It is also known as the Noble Eightfold Path, Arya Ashtangika Marga. It's the wiser choice because, unlike indulgence or self torment. It develops the mind and body in a balanced way. Through right view, conduct, and mental cultivation, actually lead into insight and liberation rather than exhaustion of distraction. Next question. What are the four noble truths, Chaturarya Satya, that the Buddha taught in his first sermon?
No one has raised their hands to this question also, Swami Hansa.
First one is dukkha, the truth of suffering. Second one is samudaya, the truth of the cause of suffering. Third one is nirodha, the truth of the cessation of suffering. Fourth one is magga, the truth of the path leading to that cessation. The Noble Eightfold Path, Arya Ashtangika Margaya. Okay, next question. Who was the first ascetic to attain Sovan after hearing the first sermon?
Again, can answer the question.
Kondanya.
Yes, the ascetic Kondanya.
See, I got
Next question. What does Araham mean? And why is the Buddha given this title? What does Araham mean? And why
Yes, please.
is
Yeah,
the
here.
Buddha given this title? Araham means the worthy one who is completely free of all defilements and worthy of the highest respect and offerings. It is one of the nine supreme virtues of the Buddha, given because he has fully purified his mind and reached liberation. Do you understand? Now we have come to the conclusion of the question and answer based on our previous lessons. It seems that you have gained a lot of knowledge from the teachings.
Bhoma Pin Swaming Vansa. We will now commence the Dhamma discussion session.
Because
With great respect, I invite Venerable Aparekke Pagnasara Thero to kindly begin the discussion. Indicate your interest with the hands up tool. Then Swami Vansa will unmute you and allow you to speak. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay. Theruvan Saranai to all dear children. What an amazing and exciting session you just had with Venerable Sathimantha Thero. I was watching how beautifully and quickly you all answered the revision questions from the past lessons. You all did a fantastic job, and I am so proud of you, your memory and Dhamma knowledge. Because we spent so much wonderful time on today's special quiz, we have completely run out of time for our usual Q&A session today. So we are going to skip our Q&A session just for today. But don't worry at all. I have all your brilliant questions safe with me, and we all answer them first thing next Sunday. Now we have come to the final part of today's program. Let's hand over the session again back to Sathimantha Swamin Mahanse. Theruvan Saranai to everyone. Over to you, Sathimantha Swamin Mahanse.
All of today's activities and discussing the Dhamma and here. Now let us share merits with our departed relatives. Idang me ñāti nang hotu sukita hontu ñāteo. Idam me ñāti nang hotu sukita hontu ñāteo. Idang me ñāti nang hotu sukita hontu ñāteo. Now let us share merits with Devas. Akasatthā ca bummatti devānaga mahiddhika puññantaṃ anumoditvā ciran rakkantu sāsanan. Akasatthā ca bummatti devānaga mahiddhika puññantaṃ anumoditvā ciran rakkantu desanan. Akasatthā ca bummatti devānaga mahiddhika puññantaṃ anumoditvā ciran rakkantu maṃ paranti. Let us wish for the attainment of Nibbana with the merits we have accumulated. Idang me puññaṃ
Idam me punyam
asavakkya vahan hotu.
asavakyamaham hotu
Me bina
me
නිවන් අවබෝධ වීම පිණිසම
නිවනබෝධ වීම පිණිසම
හේතු වේවා. මේ කුසලයේ බලයෙන් නිවන් දකිනාතුරුම
නිවන් දකිනා තුරුම
පස්පව් දස අකුසල් කරන
පස්වව් දස අකුසල් කරන
බාලයින්ගේද
බාලයින්ගේද
අසත්පුරුෂයින්ගේද
අසත්පුරුෂයින්ගේද
පාපමිත්‍රයින්ගේද
පාප මිත්‍රයින්ගේද
ආශ්‍රය නොලැබේවා.
ආශ්‍රය නොලැබේවා.
දානාදී
දානාදී
පින්කම් කරන
පින්කම් කරන
සීලාදී
සීලාදී
අනන්ත ගුණ පුරන
අනන්ත ගුණ පුරන
විදර්ශනාදී
දර්ශනාදී
භාවනා වඩන
භාවනා වඩන
සත්පුරුෂයින්ගේද
සත්පුරුෂයින්ගේද
කල්යාණ මිත්‍රයින්ගේද
කල්යාණ මිත්‍රයින්ගේද
බුද්ධාදී ආර්ය මහෝත්තමයින්ගේද
ආර්ය මහෝත්තමයින්ගේද
ආශ්‍රයම ලැබේවා.
ආශ්‍රයම ලැබේවා.
Now Maha Sangaratnaya will bless you all, so keep worshipping while we bless you. Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavattantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava bhavatu sabba mangalang rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sabba dhammanubhavena sabba sanghanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te abhivadana silissa nijjan buddhapachayino චත්තාරෝ ධම්මා වඩ්ඩන්ති ආයුවන්නෝ සුඛං බලං ආයුරාරෝග්‍ය සම්පatti සග්ග සම්පatti මේවච අතෝ නිබ්බාන සම්පatti එමිනාතේ සමිජ්ජතු.
Bohoma Pin Swamin Lanka. Venerable Sir, please grant permission to exchange merits. Okasa watami bante mayakatang punyang swamina katang titabang
සාසදුන මෝදාමි
sanina katang punyang mahata nababang
සාසදුන මෝදේත
Sadhu sadhu anumodami. Okasa dwaratena katang sabbang achiyang kamane me varse. MP okasa kamani bante.
සාදුකමාමි කමිතබ්බං
MP okasa kamani bante.
සාදුකමාමි කමිතබ්බං.
සීලවන්තං ගුණවන්තං පුඤ්ඤක්කෙත්තං අනුත්තරං දුල්ලභේන මයා ලද්දං බුද්ධ පුත්තං නමාමහං සාරිපුත්තාදි තේරාණං ආගතං පටිපාටියා සද්දා සීල දයාවාසං බදන්තං පනමාමහං. තෙරුවන් සරණයි ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේලා දෙදෙනාටම බොහොම පින් අප වෙනුවෙන් මේ සිදු කර ධම්ම දාණයට තෙරුවන් සරණයි හැම දෙනාටම.
For today's Dhamma program, you may now leave the session. Thank you.